Like, Cooper Flagg has yet to go off like for a crazy game in this tournament yet, but he doesn't even need to because this Duke team is so good. I mean, they have a lot of depth. Their starting five is complete. They're very well coached by Jon Scheyer, who has had the pressure of living up to Coach K, and he is doing that. He is doing that. And the last time Duke had a 35-win season, they won the national championship in 2015. And here's Jon Scheyer after the game about that pressure of coaching Duke.
Coach K, to be able to have the vision. I don't know how many coaches genuinely want to see the program succeed when they leave. And for me, I've always wanted to make him proud of him wanting to. Part of his legacy isn't just the wins. I want his legacy to be how our program continues to, be right there as a top program. And that's something Coach K and I have talked a lot about. And so obviously there's a responsibility you feel and a pride, but this hasn't been about outside noise for me because it just, I don't know if you can ever win. But so my energy has gone into everybody that's in our building, our team, what we can control. And I just couldn't be more proud and thankful for having a group that's believed in me, us, the support from our administration, just down the line, has been incredible. So I'm really proud of the people that have believed in me and us to get this to get to a Final Four.
I mean, Jon Scheyer, first of all, he's played under Coach K, so he knows exactly what he's doing. He was a captain of that 2010 national title team. He's been an assistant coach for a long time. He was groomed to be in this position, and he's just taken it and ran with it. And it really does help to have the number one player in the country. I mean, Cooper Flagg is insanely talented. I can't believe this kid's only 18 years old. I mean, it's absolutely crazy how good he is at this age and how big he is. I mean, talk about a guy who's just a freak of nature. I mean, all the stories from this past summer of him, playing against the U.S. team and actually holding his own and playing well, that's something that you're like, you can't teach that. You can't teach it. And there's just there's always so much pressure on Duke to win. And this year, it just seems like there hasn't been pressure. They've just been doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. They've been doing it. I mean, they're 30-1 in their last 31 games. I mean, they've been really good. 14-game win streak. I mean, they've been dominant this year. Dominant. And people said, well, they're in the ACC. They played in the weak conference all year. I don't think it really matters. I mean, they were the best team in the country all year, in my opinion, over Auburn. It didn't even matter. I just feel like Duke with these freshmen don't fade away from the moment. They don't. I mean, they rise to the occasion. A lot of freshmen you see crumble, but not these guys. Not these guys. It seems like they've been here before, and they're making a run for the national championship. And they're going to play Houston, that is an insane game right there. And we're going to go ahead and move on to JB's picks, courtesy of DraftKings. We moved from Florida, so we got to change our betting odds. Can't use Hard Rock anymore, so they're not here in Florida, but let's go ahead and give you my first pick of the Final Four. My first pick is Duke minus 205 over Houston. I mean, I just think, like kind of what I just said. I mean, Jon Scheyer, he's a great coach. I mean, he is up there for the first 3 seasons of his coaching career. He has 80-plus wins, and that's up there with Brad Stevens. I mean, he's an elite company when it comes to young college basketball coaches. And they just dominated Alabama, a team who had one of the best offenses in college basketball. They led college basketball in scoring I think they did lead college basketball in scoring this year. Yes, 90.7 points per game. And they held this Alabama team to nothing on offense. They couldn't find nothing on offense. And I just think Houston's defense and Duke's offense is just going to be very interesting to watch. I will say I don't think Houston has the offensive firepower to keep up with Duke's offense. That's why I'm going with Duke, because, I mean, Houston has players that can score, but I've never really seen Houston consistently put up 90 or 80 points. I mean, they beat Tennessee pretty convincingly. They held them to 50, but they didn't even score 80 points in that game. And they really didn't play all that well offensively. They were just really getting to the line in the first half and creating turnovers. So that's one thing that concerns me about Houston. I just don't know if they have enough offense to match Duke and their offense. They have the defense, but if they can really stop Duke's offense, then Houston really has a chance. But I don't really see Duke's offense slowing down at any point. But if any team can do it, it's the #1 defense in the country. So,
baby, talk to me nice. I'm from another world, baby, yeah. Broadway paradise. They think I'm way too cold, cause I put my